They're teachable. They're fresh.
Pause.
They're pure.
Huh?
They're naive.
Huh?
They'll listen to us.
Mmm.
And here I come with my 44 years of experience and lessons and, you know, my self-worth.
Alright, so we're here with the loneliness epidemic in modern women. I wonder where this is gonna go. Because I think we understand for the incel population what that does to them. I ain't never thought about from the female side of things. Let's see if they got some good points. What are they talking about over here? So we can sympathize with them a little bit.
I'm 35, and quite honestly, I'm lonely.
I'm just so lonely.
I'm so overweighting. Like, when is it gonna be my turn?
Oh.
I feel like I'm back in that hopeless.
I feel bad already. I swear to God, I thought she said I'm so overweight. I was like, damn. We said I'm so overweighting. I was like, damn. My bad. I'm messing up already. Come on.
Pit where I'm just like, when's it gonna be my turn? Why is it taking so long?
Why is it so hard to find a guy?
Never having been picked, never having been wanted, never having been desired, as you go through all of these years.
Never? I doubt it's been never. There's just no way it's been never. I'm guessing that's hyperbolic. Because there's never is just impossible. Women have way too many options for it to be a never. May not be the guy you wanted. May not be the guy you felt you deserved. But somebody at some point wanted you. Come on.
27 years for me. 27 years.
Everyone talks about the male loneliness epidemic.
Oh,
but
no.
No one seems to be talking about how lonely women are.
I literally cannot express in words how badly I want a relationship.
I'm 30.
All right, so for some of them, I notice a trend. Could be overweight, could be older. For the young, hate to say it, pretty one, I'm surprised, but then when I think about it a little bit more, I'm not that surprised. Because I can imagine she's young, probably dealing with guys her age, probably in the 25 to 30 range, who aren't ready to settle down yet. They're still out there playing the field. And they may come in for a season, entertain her for a good little minute, but they're going to be cheating. Or they're going to find another little piece, maybe even younger, and go after her because she does something that she don't. And so I can understand where her problems come in too. But that's tough. Being alone all the time and lonely can bring about sadness. Yeah, I can imagine.
37. I'll be 38 this year. You know, I don't have any kids. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't talk to anybody. So I'm always alone.
I genuinely question if there is real love left, like, especially in our generation. It sucks being 32.
I go further. Was love ever real? Because before it was probably felt like more of an obligation because a woman can't really or couldn't really take care of herself outside of her father's protection and provision. So the more freedom they got, the more distant the two became from each other. A woman doesn't need a man anymore. He is a luxury. And so now we have two sets of people who are very, very lonely for two different reasons.
When single and seeing all your friends get engaged and not even being close to that.
I've been stood up, ghosted, lied to, all in a matter of 3 months.
I hate this shit. Like, what do y'all want me to say? Like, I be in the bed crying every night.
I'm crying because I'm just reflecting on the fact that literally every person in my life has used me and then just throws me out like a piece of trash.
See, again, I don't want to be the one to say it, but I've noticed a trend. The big girls, they saying one thing. The quote-unquote pretty girls, pretty young ones, are saying a totally different thing. They're getting used, abused, and tossed. The other ones ain't getting no action at all, or not entertaining enough niggas, or any niggas, because they're not what they want in the first place. So, totally different problem than men. But I definitely do see it. I see from at least 3 different lenses right now.
And I'm so tired. Like, I don't want to try anymore.
I feel
She
that.
doesn't want to try
Dating
anymore.
is
Has the
tough.
dating market really gotten this bad, where women are actively looking for men and still can't find any?
Where are all the single straight men?
Where are the women pushing 30? Where do we find good men at?
Where are all the single guys that are respectful and educated and want to take care of a woman?
Where are the men our age hiding?
What does it take to find a good guy? Like, I don't understand why it's so hard in your 40s to just find a good person.
I wonder what they qualify as a good person. I'm guessing for each person it's going to be different because we all have different sets of values and morals. But I just wonder for each one of them, what would be their definition of a good guy? Because I would not be surprised if there was a good guy in their friend group or at their job who wants them that they just don't want. Which, again, to me is not a problem. Because if you're not attracted to someone, you shouldn't force yourself to be with them. Because it's going to cause more insecurities in that person. Better not than do. But I guarantee there's somebody close to them that wants them and just can't have them. Because women usually have like the choice of when we start dating. And that's just how it goes. Like, that's tough for them. I feel bad. And what did the last girl say? Hold on, go back. Oh, yeah. And I think the one scary thing is that once they get into their 40s, a lot of men are probably going to start dating below their age group. So a 40-year-old, I probably will see them start dating 30-year-olds. A 30-year-old may start dating some 20-year-olds. And a 20-year-old, if he go too low, nigga, he just pack him up, send him to jail. Nigga, what are you doing? But seen that too many times as well. Oh Lord, oh Lord. But yeah, I feel bad for women in their 40s and older because a lot of men are choosing Shannon Sharp. They'll date way below their age group.
Starting to wonder where they are, like where.
Drop a comment and let these women know where the good men are, because apparently they can't find any. And if you've watched the previous videos on this channel, you already know how picky women can be when it comes
very
to dating.
picky. Very.
Everything has to be damn near perfect.
There was one guy that I dated who was so nice, so cute, took me on the best date, so fun. Like, we had fun. Every single day we had fun. But I did not feel emotionally connected.
Damn.
Not that I
Damn. And that's the nigga who gets friend zone. The one who was probably going to treat her right, but she did not feel that spark from him. So both of them are cooked. She's still lonely. He's still lonely. Oh, that's a tough one to swallow too. Oh my goodness.
Haven't been on dates, or it's not that I haven't had boyfriends before,
Okay.
but it's more so that I just haven't been wowed.
He could be a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he is good enough for you. That doesn't mean that he is right for you, and you should not have to compromise on your standards or your non-negotiables because he's a good guy.
I am looking for...
I wonder when it comes to that, how far or how many boxes can he leave unticked before you choose to let him go? Like he said, like 8 out of 10. Are you still letting him go? 7 out of 10? 6 out of 10? Are you still letting him go? Because depending on what they are, can he work on them, or can you find those in other people instead of just needing it from him? Or do the ones that he does check off overweigh the other ones? Like, I feel like a certain level of compromise is needed and shouldn't be like overlooked, because finding that one perfect person going to fit every single box you click, that sounds damn, depending on what you want, it sounds hard as hell to feel. Like, that is a headache. Oh, hell no.
For a specific relationship.
Uh-huh.
A specific relationship, how I want it to be.
Uh-huh.
And I am okay with being single if that
Okay.
means I will never get it in my lifetime.
See, I'm not mad at her. If she's okay with being single, fine. But the other one saying that they are also seem to be looking for a specific type of relationship, a specific type of person who is very hyper unrealistic at some points. Hey, I don't feel bad for you at all. You have the choice here. You're choosing to be lonely. While the men don't seem to be choosing to be lonely. Unless they, like me, fat, so we can go to the gym, work out, and possibly get more suitors if we're in shape. We look better, have more energy. We have the will to go out and do more things. More than likely we'll find somebody who finds us attractive. But theirs is like, nah, nigga, you need to be perfect. Otherwise you up out of here. Nah, that's too much work.
And it wasn't even that I wasn't attracted to him, because he was an attractive guy, but there was just
that
something
too?
lacking, and I was able to recognize it quickly.
This is exactly what.
And I'll flip that. I'm actually glad that she did recognize it early on. While also it does suck that they're both still gonna be lonely, but I'd rather her recognize it now than to get all the way in a relationship and it's like too much of a weight for her to carry, and then it just ends things because problems start to creep in, doubts start to creep in. So this is also a double-edged sword, because if they're all so hyper fixated on perfection, but they get with somebody who's not perfect, how many things will they let slip before it causes a domino effect that just ends the relationship? Oh my god, this is a tough this is a tough one to balance. Cause at that point, I don't want her to get with the nigga, cause then she's gonna create a supervillain. Nigga gonna turn straight villainous. Like I forgot who this nigga is on the left side is, but some woman hurt him, turned him into this alpha male persona.
Why so many men have tapped out of dating. The kind, consistent, and emotionally available men women say they want are often ignored. Why? Because they live normal, everyday lives that don't create drama. But women see that as boring.
In general, good men are steady and consistent and predictable. It's why, as women, we think you're boring.
I'm just gonna say the quiet part out loud. Most men are mind-numbingly boring.
He's so nice, and he's the guy that I should want. But it's like, I need a little bit of like a, you're going to send me to the psych ward.
When you get treated good, it's kind of boring. And don't hate me, but I do love toxic. And I don't mean like super bad, but I like some spice in my life. Because I feel...
Hey, let me be the first one to say that. In my mid-20s, I learned that as well. Being the nice guy does not get you very far, depending on what you're looking for. And depending on what point in time it was, whether I was looking for a relationship, I played a certain type of version of me versus I'm just trying to hit, versus trying to be a friend. If I'm being a friend, I'm the nicest person. I'm listening, considerate, all that kind of stuff. If I'm going to just try to hit, totally different me. I'm giving you a little bit of attention here, a little bit of attention there. You will hit me up. I'll ignore it for a minute, come back. I'll be a totally different me. I act like I got things to do. I could be doing nothing. I could be literally at home in my bed chilling. And I'll be like, I'm a little bit busy. Maybe I can see you later. I'll miss a day or two because somehow that should be working. The reverse psychology of it be working. And if I'm looking for a relationship, not being too nice, giving a certain level of availability by still showing and making sure the person knows that, hey, I'm not your lap dog. I'm not your puppy dog. You the same amount of work I have to put in, you also have to put in work. It ain't just me. It ain't just me.
I feel like if a guy is nice, that means he gets no girls, and that's like a turn off.
There's a lot of women that I see with their husbands. It's like you're gonna spend the rest of your life pretending that that is not the most boring man on earth.
See, this is the trap a lot of men fall into, thinking they have to be emotional and toxic just to keep a woman's interest, but don't fall for it. Like I said, it's a trap.
The reason that they have these up and down emotions is they want to see two things. Number one, if you care about them. And number two, how steady and stable are you?
Again, it's just another different.
I can understand that. I've had many people tell me before I'm way too stoic. I'm way too calm in situations where I shouldn't be calm. I'm just steadfast. Like we could be having the biggest argument of all time. And I'm just like, okay. And at a certain point where I'm over it, I'm done, I'm calm, and I found my own resolution. She's still off the wall, crazy, mad, angry. And I was like, okay. And now she's thinking, I don't care. Now she starts saying some things to try to hurt you, things to try to make you react. And when you don't react, you're like, oh, this nigga don't care about me. And in the male brain, I'm thinking, how the fuck does that add up? I'm just not going to react to your negativity in a way that's going to make me lash out and hurt you, because I'm not going to hurt you in that way, because I do care about you. So it's like a really weird paradigm going on there. And what's the second one he just said?
And number two, how steady and stable are you?
Yeah, that just makes it even more thing. So if I do react like you want me to, I'm going to start looking like the crazy nigga. Like, what are we doing? So you tell me I'm your best friend, I'm going to get with your cousin, and then I crash out over it. Now you telling all your girls, oh, he crazy. He talking about he going to smack me and all this. Like, A, don't say that. But B, is like, you just pushed that nigga there. Come on now.
Again, it's just another difference between us, not good or bad or right or wrong, just another difference between us as men and women. As women in general, we like chaos and drama and disruption of routine.
Normal.
Oh, that Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace.
Normal, safe, stable, secure. It's boring. And they need crazy.
Are you a rock solid kind of guy? or are you going to be like all over the place, yo-yoing with her? And see, women don't want a guy who's an emotional yo-yo. I mean, it's all good and fine for them to be emotional yo-yos and up and down and all over the place. Yeah, fine.
Oh Lord, yes it is.
But a woman hates that in a man.
So which one do you pick?
The problem is that in the West, in Europe and the Americas and Australia, New Zealand, you know, we've been socialized into believing that we have to cater to a woman's emotions. This is a colossal mistake.
That's a huge mistake.
Okay.
This is why it's so important.
Hey, if she's sad, tell her shut up, eat a cookie. Like, why are you mad? Must be that time of the month again. Like, how does that look? How does that look? Oh man. But to a certain degree, I can understand that too, because like there's a certain level of animosity or a certain level of up and down that I will take before I'm like, okay, what are we doing? And I'm gonna check out because I know that's not conducive of a healthy relationship. It's not helping us go anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna check out of that. And I'm gonna go do something else, let you calm down, and then I'll come back to you. For a lot of females, I learned that that's a good way to handle some situations. Some, not so much, because they get mad if you walk away. And they think, you just leave me when I'm mad. It's like, you're unconsolable. I can't reason with you right now. Only choice I have is to leave. Because some guys in some situations get put in the ultimate worst position. He does not leave. She does something crazy, put her hands on him. He retaliates, or he just try to push her off of him. And now he going to jail. Because he just assaulted her. Because she put her hands on him, and he tried to defend himself. Now he going to jail.
Focus on building your life.
Idris Elba.
So you have options. The same women who ignore good men now are often the ones complaining later when those men are no longer available, or when they go for younger women.
Facts.
In my age,
Facts.
they don't want this.
The only kind of men that date and marry women that are substantially younger than them are insecure men.
I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with that one. I'll admit my last relationship was with someone who was about 10 years younger than me, right around there. I'm 32, she's 22 now. It wasn't from insecurity by any means of the matter. It was, I found her attractive for one. Love that conversation. She was my friend for a good long minute, and things just clicked. Her all of a sudden, like, hey, I wonder if you'll make a good girlfriend. And we gave it a try. Sadly, things didn't work out because communicational differences. In this case, I don't think it was even because of the age difference. Just she spoke Spanish, I spoke English, so that made things a lot harder to communicate. But I do recognize that within that relationship, there are two dynamics that are different. The way I handle things, the way she handles things. But the one thing I have definitely noticed is that doesn't necessarily change with age. It gets a little bit easier, but it still doesn't change. Because I feel like when I would argue something with a younger person or an older woman, either way, it still came to the same conclusion. Her emotion was going to be over what the reality is. And I can't use logic to get out of the situation. I had to, to a certain extent, subjugate to her emotions and try to find a way to word things so she can understand. But I will admit, for some men, yes, it's definitely an insecurity thing. Some men have a control fetish. Some men just are really into the younger aesthetic of a woman because she looks quote unquote prettier than an older woman. Some men want a younger woman because she's more teachable, because she's less used. All these things come into play. But at the same time, you could have had that older man locked down earlier if you would have wanted him when they were younger. That doesn't guarantee you will have him because things will change along the way. You get divorced, women have it, but it's a tricky game. It's a really tricky game. I feel like with men, I'm bloviating so much right now, but I feel like with men, the older you get, the more options you get usually. For women, it's the opposite. Now, I'll admit, if depending on what kind of man you are, if you're just like super duper broke, you're just screwed for the rest of your life almost. But if you come into some form of financial stability where you can have your own house, your own whatever it may be, you will probably have a good chance of picking up a girl compared to a young nigga who ain't got nothing. Yeah, tough.
I mean, shit. They're teachable. They're fresh.
Pause.
They're pure.
Huh?
They're naive.
Huh?
They'll listen to us. And here I come with my 44 years of experience and lessons and you know, my self-worth.
I am 44, and these two men were 40 and 42.
Okay.
And they're the two men that are on my roster that I'm actually interested in.
Okay.
Sexually attracted to, interested in intellectually, have great chemistry with, great conversations with. And they both friend zoned me because they think they might want kids someday.
Damn.
They want a partner.
Damn.
If they want
True.
a partner, they would seek someone who was closer in their age. They
Not
would
necessarily.
seek out a peer.
So this is what I'm dealing with men who are my age, out in the dating pool, sniffing around 40-somethings, but might want kids someday.
Mm-hmm.
I can't with this nonsense. It's
I think it's two ways, depending on the type of guy it is. Like for me, I can enjoy certain level of conversation with people, but I don't need my girlfriend to be the most knowledgeable or have all the same loves and cares I have. Like if we both love hiking, we both love randomly speaking about music, we both love how we find each other on an intellectual level, because a 25-year-old, 26-year-old can be intellectual. She could have been through college, she could have been decently studied, she may not have the life experience, but she could be an intellectual, so you can still get that conversational skills from her. It becomes a man being able to take his priorities or his needs and wants and to dictate and prioritize which ones he wants the most, and others can fall to the wayside, to where women seem right now to not be able to do that. And if it doesn't fit perfectly into the criteria box, the whole thing shatters. And so this is where our disconnect is coming, and it's like, I'm glad I'm not dating no more. About to get married, nigga.
kids someday. I can't with this nonsense. It's biology. Did we stop teaching that in schools?
Look, I'm not sure, but I think wanting kids someday is a valid reason for not wanting to date a woman in her 40s.
Mhm.
When women are younger, they often look for a man with resources because of the life he can provide. So no one should have a problem with older men dating younger women.
Not at all.
And yet, despite all of this, women have been asking the same question for decades. Where are all the good men? Even
Dating
radio
younger
shows
women.
back in the early 2000s were filled with that same discussion, and the conversation still hasn't changed.
All these women have complained, where are all the good men? You know where all the good men are? You said no to them. You said no to the nice guy who wanted to take you to the prom. You said no to the guy who asked you to marry him because you thought you could do better. You said no to the guy who, wanted you to move in with him or wanted you to fall in love with him. You said no to, you made fun of the guy, right, who sent you all those Valentine's Day cards and the balloons and the little teddy bears and everything. You just said no, 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 no. Then one day you suddenly turn around and guys aren't paying attention to you anymore.
Now, if you want to see the struggles in dating for women who fell for the independent woman and the...
Whew, that's a whole different problem right there. And that's the one thing that plays the black community the most, the independent woman. I can do it all by myself. I don't need no father to my child. Definitely vicariously heard of it a lot, and it's like, why? How do we get there? How do we... Again, it ain't just the women's fault. It's the men's fault too. There's a lot of ain't shit niggas out there. A lot of what they call them, Pookies and Ray Rays out there in the streets. I forgot what woman said that on Destiny podcast, but shout out to her. And that podcast show. Shout out to her for that. But Pookies and Ray Rays, ruin it for everybody. God damn it. Anyway, that was a very interesting video. It definitely showed a few different sides to women's dating problems that are a bit self-inflicted, but at the same time, once you get older, now it's not really your fault no more. But you should have accepted a good guy earlier, I guess. That's tough. Everybody out here lonely. Makes no sense. We all lonely. How the fuck can we make this work?